friends. Hope you're doing well. So I changed the lighting setup just a little bit. It looks kind of cold on my face. I think I'm gonna make it. So I got these little nan lights, and I'm doing something called cove lighting. Let's warm this up. So basically, the idea is Roger Deakins uses this a lot. So instead of just having like one light with a soft, sort of look, what he does is he remakes several lights and kind of does like a loop. Except if I was doing more of a cove lighting thing, it would probably be more. We'll get rid of this one. And you see how the light kind of falls off on the face. It's kind of sort of doing it. I think it would help if it was. I don't really have, because what he does is he shoots lights into bleached muslin. Am I pronouncing that right? I think I'm pronouncing it right. And so it gets this bounce, and so I'm bouncing into my blinds, which are, because there's this big sliding door on the other side of the camera. There's just no other place to put the desk that looks good. So I'm shooting into the slot blind things, the lights, and then it bounces off, and it looks pretty good. But I think I like this better, because before I was just using the one, and then, see, that kind of adds that fall off, which is nice. This is more of a flat lit sort of thing versus like I could do this too and get, or I could do this, or I could do like this, and that kind of gives you that beauty lighting look. I just like messing with lights. But I think it's a good look, I think. So I'm gonna play with it for a while, see if I can get something I like out of it. Anyway, how are you doing? I am doing pretty good. I'm doing okay. Got some work coming down, except I tried to upload it. As if these photos, I did some event photos. I tried to upload them while I was in the gym, and I got back, and the internet was, because I was gonna go take a break, work out, come back up here, get back to work. But if I'm uploading photos, I can't. Like, I could edit them, but like for whatever reason, uploading photos takes a lot of processing power. So editing photos becomes slow, and it's hard for me to like stay focused when it's like being so choppy. So I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna want to make a video instead. So here I am. And I have an idea. So one of the things that is a popular search term for people to find this channel is like hockey ASMR. And what I used to do is I would film myself playing. I'd put a GoPro up on the helmet, and I'd film myself playing. And so I was thinking, like, what if I did Let's Play, like ASMR Let's Play hockey? So it's like hockey commentary of me playing hockey. The downside, I think I'd have to like turn down the hockey audio because it's quite loud. But I think it could be interesting. What do you think? Is that something worth doing? I'm not 100% sure yet, because I don't wear it during league games. I just wear it during pickup. When it, like, because I don't want people to be dicks about stuff and like knock the GoPro off my head, because people be shitty sometimes. Also, I'm looking at these lights. I feel like this is a little purple. It needs to be colder still. Oh, that's why, maybe. For some reason it has a shift. There we go, that looks better. Now it's not as purple. Small little things. I don't know why it's purple. Someone must have messed with it. Because I've been... Oh, wait, hang on. Is this one also at -50? That's weird. I wonder why that's like that. Yeah, because I brought these out on a shoot recently, and they worked pretty well. But I don't know if the guys were messing with them. Which, happens on shoots. Anyway, yeah, that looks better. They still look a little different, but you can't tell on my face. Yes, so weeks ago. We had a game this weekend. We got our asses kicked, but we played drop-in style, which means like when one guy comes off, the next guy just goes out, and whatever position came off. So I got to play center a bunch, which let me actually skate to my full ability, which I like that because I feel like when I'm playing a position, I'm kind of like, you have to play the position. You're kind of chained to like a certain area. You don't get to go for it, and it's like I've got a lot of I've got a lot of speed that I can deploy quickly. So that was fun. It was just a good fun hockey. Anyway, so yeah, I want to get back to playing like 2 or 3 times a week, but my feet have been so stupid. And now like my workload's not like feet are healing, but the workload's picking up. And you're just like, fuck. So I think I got like 2 weeks here of like a pretty good cycle of work. And then in April, I think the workload, I've got fewer dates booked already. So hopefully it doesn't just go 0 to 100 like it seems to do every year. But I also need money to pay my taxes. So it's kind of like, yes. So kind of just. But I do want to play hockey, and I want to make more YouTube. And what would be an ideal thing is if I somehow could just work really hard. I say work really hard, but like I'm dependent on other people for jobs. If I could just get a good like 2-week job that pays my day rate, my $650 a day. Wow, someone's a jerk out there. So $650 a day. That's kind of my freelance rate for me and my gear to go do camera stuff, which is about average for a camera operator. It might even be on the low end. I don't know. For around this market, when I hire people, they usually charge me, $500 to $600. So $650 is, at least from the people I hire, that's the going rate. So it feels like a good number. Although at the same time, I don't get many people pushing back that that's too expensive. So maybe I should dial it up a bit. But yeah, if I could just get like that 2 weeks, at $650, what's that? That's like $6,000. If I could have like $6,000, that's 2 months worth of expenses. Like if I could just get 2-3 months, like a runway. I think realistically I need like a 6-month runway to feel comfortable because shit happens and you need money for it. Just have a 6-month runway. Ideally, this channel would be making more money, as would my white noise channel. But then just like actually commit to being like full-time YouTube, and doing, an ASMR video every day and doing white noise videos 2-3 times a week, and then I have a couple other channel ideas. And I think for me to do that, it's like, what would I need to feel comfortable? Like 6 months of expenses. So you're talking is that $18,000? 6 times 3, yeah, that'd be $18,000. So we'll call it 20 just to feel good, or we'll call it 15. And I think realistically I could do it with $12,000, with the caveat that I would take 0 jobs that require me to edit anything. And if I just did that, because that would cut down the workload a bit, or if I just took photo jobs, which aren't too strenuous, and then I think I can make a go of that at 12,000, and it's 4 months, and it's like after 4 months, then I would just kind of know like, okay, I can make this YouTube thing work, or I can't. If after 4 months, I think I'd have a pretty good picture of it, and so but for me to feel comfortable to do that, we'll say 15,000 because I like being sensitive with money. And then I think ideally my girlfriend would have a better job, or at least a second part-time job, because right now she just works the weekends because she's a student, and so I take care of most of our finances because I'm a good boyfriend, or a traditional gentleman, or something. I don't know. I just want her to get her school done, and I don't want her to stress about making money. So I take care of a lot of that. And so it's like, well, we could always, worst case scenario, I could always move in with my parents, and she could come too. I'm sure she would, because she doesn't. I don't know where else she would go. I mean, honestly, I don't mean that for that to sound bad, but like, her parents, it's not that they don't get along. It's just that her parents are like very stressful people. So my parents are also very stressful people, but less so. And I think it's easier to deal with somebody else's parents that are stressful, because my parents stress me out just a little bit. Her parents stress me out a lot. Whereas her parents stress her out a lot. My parents don't stress her out at all. So, the downside is we would have to move into my old bedroom, which, to be fair, is quite large. It's larger than this office, but we have, a lot of shit. We'd have to put stuff in a storage unit. Like, there's no way we wouldn't. But I've thought about that as far as, like, cutting our lease, because if we spend, just our bills for the apartment are probably in the $1,500 range. So if we weren't paying that every month, that's 3 jobs I don't have to work. Which, that's a good chunk of money, and that would allow us to save money very quickly to, if I could live with my parents for a year, which would just be like, especially now that they're both retired, and they would just be like, let's go do stuff, and I'd be like, I don't want to do stuff. We could also downsize apartments, and I feel like we're already pressed for space. But part of that is just because our apartment layout's not great, which I want to do. I think I want to do like an apartment tour of this apartment, because we're going to stay here for another year, and then be like, wow, can we make this better? And like actually solicit advice from you lovely folks. If any of you are interior designers or have a big Animal Crossing people and you think you can like help us out, drop a comment. Let's talk. Because it's just, I have so much stuff, and I have like so many. I want my stuff like ready to go. Like, I want to have a guitar station. I want to have a workout station. And the problem is, like, I have so many different modalities for working out. Like, we've got 2 exercise bikes. Only one of them's up here in the apartment. I've got a pull-up bar, which I don't use as much as I could. I got kettlebells. I've got maces. I've got clubs. And I want to get into dumbbells. So it's just like, how do I make this space functional for me, but then pretty for her? Because that's what she cares about, is the aesthetics. I don't give a shit about aesthetics. Like at my old apartment, if you go back and you see the apartment tour, you see like the ASMR desk was in the middle of the living room. My work desk was in the middle of the living room. Also, I could have the side den room, which used to be the office, for like gym stuff, to be like a fucking, I put all my kettlebells in there. I could shoot pucks. I could shoot pucks inside my apartment. That was so awesome. And I really, like, that's my main motivation to get a house, is to have a workout space next to, I just want like a basement that's got like a nice office that's like that's finished for the office space, and then it could be unfinished or finished, but it just needs a tall ceiling for me to be able to do overhead presses, which is hard because I'm 6'5", and like my arm, I can't overhead press in here. I can overhead press in our living room because we have a vaulted ceiling, but just in that room. And so it's like, if I could have a gym, in an ideal world though, like office desk, hockey space to shoot pucks, and so I could just like edit some photos, like get up, fire off some pucks, do some kettlebell shit, get back at it, and then just kind of have that manic pop to different things. I think that would be very good for me. So it's like, how to make that a reality is like, okay, well, I've got probably, at the peak of it, I had like 30 grand in the stock market, which the stock market, if you haven't been following, has kind of shit the bed a little bit. Especially if all your money's in, like almost all my money's in GameStop. So when it went from like trading around 200 and now it's trading at like 100, like obviously it took a big hit there, because that's why you diversify your portfolio. Understandable, but I believe in the theory that GameStop will do something. So we'll see what happens. trying to get her working. I want her to make some ASMR. I think she'd be good at it. And maybe I should just have her make a video for the channel. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think she'd whisper though. She's very camera shy. But yeah, so if we add, dual income a little better, and also because I'm gonna be kind of a bitch, I'm gonna be a queen about it, drama queen, whatever. And I don't want to go to a starter house. Like I kind of want to just get one house that's kind of work for us, but still also be flexible enough. Right now we're not planning on having kids. For me, I mean I'm 35. I don't know if I necessarily see that changing. I could probably be talked into it, but I would also need like a lot of reassurances before I was like, yeah, we can have a kid. Because right now I feel like I could not afford to have a kid. So, and she's younger, so, but she doesn't seem to want a kid. At least not yet. So we'll see if, that might change down the road, but we'll get to that bridge when we cross it. But the idea that we could get a house, so like houses in Omaha that I are looking at would be like $250,000 to $350,000, which isn't a lot for some places, but if I'm making, I think I average like 50-60 grand a year, like, so 5x your salary. I think I read that somewhere. I don't know where that's from, but like that feels like a good number. But then again, yeah, having a good down payment. So we have one calendar year because our lease is up here at the end of the month. So I'm like putting into my head like, okay, we have a calendar year for me to fuck off the debt and get into a place, savings wise. So it's like, this is gonna be a painful year money wise. It needs to be, if I want to be able to buy a house when the lease ends again, or at least be in a better position, because my parents have offered to help with the down payment, which is awesome of them. And I mean, I feel like that's how a lot of people that are like younger than me have houses, because their parents paid for a lot of it. So I feel like my parents, but like it's a competitive advantage, so take advantage of it, I guess. And then also I don't know, if I need to charge more money, if I need to do something else to hustle more work, if I need to be, because I don't really market myself like at all or very well, and I don't really do much to market this channel very much at all. So it's like I could be putting in more work. It's not necessarily like the amount of work. It's like I need a better strategy, and then what happens is I get lost in the planning stages and I don't execute, because the executing part is the boring part. It's placing the brick every single day, just doing the one thing every day, and it doesn't sound hard, but like it can be hard. I think especially because I don't have one thing. It's like I've got photos, I've got videos, I work on crews. Okay, so that's 3 things right there. And then it's like I've got this channel, I've got my white noise channel, I've got my personal channel that's like a creative productivity channel. I want to do movie reviews. Like I just want to do too many things. And I think that's because I don't have the confidence to just pick one. I think if I really got down to it and like thought about it, like why do I do so many things? And like in part it's because it's worked for the last 11 years now, just to say yes to stuff and do different stuff. Like I know I'm not that great of an editor. I know I don't really enjoy editing. I like editing photos, doing the basic edits and doing the culling, and I've thought about that. But I just feel like a pivot is coming for me. It's been 11 years hustling, and I feel like I've got to a place where I don't want to say hit a ceiling, because I definitely see avenues for growth, but I feel like I've hit my level where if I want to go above this level, I need to bust the plateau. I need to put in more work and like smart work, and it needs to be It needs to be like one part improving just a little bit, one part, actually probably like 5 parts systems, and then 5 parts like the marketing, branding, strategizing without getting lost in the weeds on that. Because like I have room to improve my work. I know that. Like I have a lot of room to improve when it comes to like editing. Like I can edit interview sound bites pretty good, and I can shoot okay, but I could be doing better at both those things. I'm pretty good at lighting, but I just need to market myself more. And the problem is that I just am not a very social person. I don't really like going to hang out and meet new people, and I feel, again, lack of confidence, imposter syndrome. I feel a little threatened, like making friends with people that do the same thing I do, and then especially when like the crews kind of become, they're a little cliquish, and so it's like you see somebody hiring somebody, and you're like, well, you used to hire me, now you hire them. Like, what? Why are they better than me? And you're like, okay. And so it gets in your mental psyche. So I don't know. So that's why I think YouTube is kind of the push for me, because it's something I have complete. I mean, I don't have complete control over. The algorithm controls a lot of it, but I control the input. I can make as many I can upload 10 fucking ASMR videos today if I wanted to. It'd be a dumb idea, but I could do it. Or I could just make 7 ASMR videos and then upload, like Monday is ASMR day, and I make 7 videos and schedule them out. Tuesday is fucking this day, and I make 7 videos and schedule them out. Wednesday is this day. Or I could even have, Monday's writing day, and I just spend all day Monday writing. You get the idea. So, I don't know, that's some manic rambling. There's a lot of manic rambling about kind of what's going on in the future in my life. And yes, so, recap. Don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Gonna figure it out. And if you're in the same boat as me, welcome. Grab a paddle. Let's figure this shit out together. That's all I got for you. So, I hope you're doing well. And if you're not, I hope that turns around for you real soon. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.